All right, guys, it's the weekend. That means it's time for the weekend edition of the Power 5. I've got 5 free plays for you as I'm Natalie attired for this particular show. 4 plays in college football, 1 in NFL coming right up. Don't forget to click subscribe, smash that like button whenever you do agree with me. I'll be talking about what I've got available for the weekend over at WagerTalk.com, wt.buzz/BP. Click the link in the description below. I'll be talking about that in just a little bit. We're on a real bit of a red-hot run entering the weekend. 7-1, all football to start November, 4-0 in college. I've had some nice winners this week. Cardinals on Monday night, Georgia Southern in college Thursday night. But let's get to the free plays. That's what you care about here. Let's go to Saturday. I've got a marquee game for you. It is Iowa hosting Oregon. This game, originally there was some confusion. It was going to kick off at noon Eastern. Oregon head coach Dan Lanning didn't like that. It's a 3:30 Eastern start time. I talked about this game on the Blitz a little bit with Ralph Michaels and Ross Benjamin on Thursday. And there was a difference of opinion, admittedly. I think Oregon is primed to falter down the stretch. If you caught the preseason edition of this show back in August, I said Oregon, I bet Oregon to miss the playoff. Right now, that's not looking so good. But I think they've got 3 potential landmines the rest of the way. This game, a game against USC, which is at home, and then a game against Washington. Who has Oregon beat this year, guys? That win over Penn State in overtime, that hasn't aged well. Iowa, meanwhile, I've got this team power rated in the top 15. Kirk Ferentz at home, getting 6.5. Yeah, I like it. It's got to be Iowa in this matchup here in the Big Ten. Let's talk about Duke and UConn. No, not college basketball, but college football. UConn, this blew my mind when I read it. UConn has not lost a game in regulation all year. All 3 losses for the Huskies in overtime. So I like them getting 9.5 at home against Duke, a Duke team that I think has been a little bit lucky, quite frankly. I thought they were a little bit lucky last year. This is a team I did not think would be able to match last year's record. So been a little surprised at some of the things Duke has done. It's their first win. They just pulled off their first win at Clemson since 1980. It was a bit of a back and forth affair there. Blue Devils were outgained 560 to 439. If you go back to the start of last season, guys, Duke, the total yardage does not really mesh with their 1-loss record. UConn's beaten an ACC team already this year. Granted, that was Boston College, but they only lost to Duke by 5 last year. I'll take the points with the Huskies here. Again, this is a team who I think is better than its record. Kennesaw State is at New Mexico State. This is why would I talk about this game? Yes. Well, Kennesaw State, it is time to sell high on the Owls, guys. Let's talk about what they did last week against UTEP. They had 2 non-offensive touchdowns. One was a fumble return. One was a punt return. They got a safety, and then they scored late after a bogus pass interference, part of a bogus roughing the passer call went their way to get the cover against UTEP. They trailed in that game against UTEP despite winning by 13. Basically, I don't care who the Kennesaw State opponent is this week. I want to fade this team. This line has been bet up. Is New Mexico State a great team? No, not really, but I will take 9.5 with New Mexico State. Kennesaw State is not a team that should be laying near double digits on the road. Another team that I've been looking to fade. Now, I've told you I wasn't a believer weeks ago was UNLV. UNLV started the season unbeaten. They've now lost 2 straight. And I like Colorado State plus 4.5 against the running Rebels here. Again, UNLV is just a team I'm not buying. You go back through the box scores. Dan Mullen's team, very, very lucky to start the season as they did. I like Colorado State plus 4.5. That line has come down. I agree with that line move, as a matter of fact. Before we get to the NFL play, my free NFL play to round out the Power 5, I just want to reiterate something, what I mentioned at the outset, a white-hot football run to start November. 7-1 we are with all football plays this month. 4-0 in college. Best way to get involved this weekend, you see it right there on your screen, Weekend Warrior Pass. You get all my Saturday college football, all my Sunday NFL, and as a free bonus, we'll throw in Monday Night Football as well if I have anything there. $49 for everything, guys. It's just that simple. No strings attached. Great way to try me out this weekend if you haven't already been on board during this 7-1 football run. So check it out, wt.buzz/BP. Click the link in the description below. All right, NFL, I like the Ravens. Let's round out the Power 5 with this. First half, -2.5. Shop around. You should still be able to find a 2.5. DraftKings still has it. They're playing the Vikings. Baltimore, I've been through it the last couple of weeks. This is a team the market currently favors to win the AFC North. I agree with that. This is a better team than the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've played them the last 2 weeks against the Bears and Dolphins. The defense has been much better for Baltimore. They have a much maligned defense at the start of the year. This Ravens defense has gotten better the last few weeks. Meanwhile, I know Minnesota upset Detroit last week, but I'm still not sold on J.J. McCarthy. That had less to do with J.J. McCarthy and more with the Lions kind of, I thought, fumbling that game away. So look, if you look at Lamar Jackson's career, he typically does very well against NFC teams. The opponent's not used to seeing him. So Baltimore, typically a great first half team. I think they get out to a lead in Minnesota. Don't want to lay more than a field goal for the full game, but I think Baltimore going into the break will be ahead by more than a field goal. Let's recap the plays we ran through here today on the Power 5. I like Iowa plus 6.5 against Oregon. I like UConn plus 9.5 against Duke. Couple home dogs to start you off there. Let's make it 3 home dogs. New Mexico State plus 9.5 against Kennesaw State. And what the hell, 4 home dogs. Colorado State plus 4.5 against UNLV. So that's 4 home underdogs on Saturday for you. That's what you get here on the Power 5. And then in the NFL, Ravens, first half, -2.5 against the Vikings. I think J.J. McCarthy struggles in this one. Go ahead. Let me know what you think of those plays down below. Go ahead and comment. If there's another game you want my opinion on, feel free to ask away. If I see it in time, I'd be more than happy to answer. And while you're down there commenting, again, smash that like button if you already haven't done so. I've given you plenty of reasons to smash that like button, I think, already. And if you have not subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube channel, let's do that right now. Take care of it. That way you're instantly alerted to all the great shows here on the YouTube channel. I'm on a lot of them. Full Court Press. What a show that. What a great start to the year. We're off on that show. Myself, Adam Trigger, Rob Vino, breaking down all the college basketball games each and every day, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. I guested for the Prez on Best Betting Show Ever. Joe Ranieri and I talked about a lot of stuff. The Blitz, you can check that out Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, with myself, Ralph Michaels, and Ross Benjamin talking college football. You go back to the middle of the week, there's another edition of the Power 5 out there where I talked about some line moves. Hawaii, San Diego State, you want my opinion on that line move? You want my opinion on SMU, Boston College? You can get them, midweek edition of the Power 5. Just go back in the archives, check those shows out. And don't forget about the Weekend Warrior Pass. I am on a 7-1 football run to start November, 3-1 in the NFL, 4-0 in college. Hoping for a big weekend again. $49 get you every college play on Saturday, every NFL play on Sunday as a free bonus. Anything I've got on Monday Night Football as well. That is going to do it for this edition of the Power 5. I really hope you enjoyed it, guys. Again, smash that like button if you did. I'll be back on Monday. Best betting show ever, sitting in for the Prez again. Until then, let's cash some tickets.